Just Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host, Fondue.
Cheesy here.
In this week's episode, we're talking all about soccer and cheese.
Ooh.
Or football, depending on where you're from.
Oh, right.
Once again, we're going to talk about people throwing cheese.
What? Why?
We're going to talk about footballers eating cheese.
Ooh.
We're going to hear a recipe.
Yum.
We're going to hear about some injuries and how to heal them with cheese.
What?
We're talking about football clubs named after cheese.
Whoa.
And of course, we're going to tell a very cheesy joke.
Yeah,
Stay tuned for episode 90, World Cup Cheese, on Just Cheesy, the podcast. If you remember back in episode 88, we talked all about celebrities and cheese.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we mentioned was that people are throwing things at celebrities.
Yeah, why?
According to the website DreamTeamFC.com, back in 2018, and I'll apologize for pronouncing this wrong, but
Oh, no.
Xherdan Shaqiri from Switzerland scored a really big goal late in the game against Serbia.
Whoa.
He got excited, he ripped off his shirt, he celebrated,
Yeah.
and of course the fans did as well.
Sure.
Unfortunately, with cheese.
Why?
They actually threw a whole giant wheel of Swiss cheese onto the pitch in their excitement.
Why, people?
I don't know how many times we have to say this on this show.
Yeah.
Stop throwing perfectly good cheese. Just stop.
Just stop.
Also back in 2018, Russia hosted a match against France.
Whoa.
According to Reuters.com, Oleg Sirota
boy.
thinks he knows why the French team got off to a winning start.
Why?
Apparently, he's the one who supplied their hotel with cheese and yogurt every day.
Ooh.
According to the article, he opened his small Ruski Parmesan factory in 2015. This was after Moscow banned fresh food imports from Western Europe.
Aw.
According to ESPN.com, Sirota supplied the French World Cup stars with 3 large blocks of cheese
Whoa.
and 140 pots of yogurt every day.
Holy cow.
And apparently it's not just the French that love their cheese.
Really?
According to ESPN.com, Samantha Johnson has a recipe for avocado and blue cheese chopped salad.
Ooh, yum.
She suggests a head of artisan lettuce,
Okay.
Roma tomatoes, red onion, cilantro, avocado, vinaigrette, and crumbled blue cheese.
Yeah.
And she says she loves to eat this salad because it's light and fresh.
Yummy.
We heard about the French in Russia eating a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
We talked about Samantha eating a light salad with cheese.
Yeah.
But did you know that ex-Napoli midfielder Methusalem
Oh, boy.
was benched for cheese?
Is that a joke?
That's no joke. According to Goal.com, Methusalem holds no grudges against his former coach when he refused to let him play. It says here that he spent 2 years at the Italian club and made 61 appearances, but he was regularly on the bench.
Aw.
Or they say here he was left out of match day squads entirely.
Aw.
All this because of mozzarella.
No way.
That's right, he ate so much mozzarella that he lost his physical condition
Oh, no.
and he started having a lot of time on the bench.
That's a lot of mozzarella.
I guess he really loved his mozzarella cheese.
Yeah.
Producers of mozzarella cheese are not sponsors,
Nope.
but when they are, the ad will go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do?
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay!
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY,
Cheesy.
that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. Have you ever hurt yourself playing sports and thought, gee, I should use cheese as a remedy?
No.
In a 2014 article from CNN.com, they talk about Coach Felix Magath.
Okay.
He was the former Fulham manager.
Okay.
And there were reports that he suggested one of the players wrap cheese around his injured knee to help it heal.
Oh, no.
Magath said on his Facebook page the player could try using an old technique of wrapping a knee with quark.
No.
And if you recall, we've talked about quark before.
Yeah.
It's a German curd cheese. It's made from milk that is soured by adding lactic acid bacteria.
Right.
It's strained and then curdling is achieved.
Yeah.
They say on Wikipedia that it's a soft, white,
Ooh.
unaged cheese that typically has no salt added.
Yum.
According to Magath, this cheese, when wrapped around the knee, is used to decrease inflammation.
Really?
But apparently, he's not the only person to suggest cheese for injuries.
What?
American skier Lindsey Vonn said that she had been wrapping her injured shin in Austrian cheese to reduce inflammation.
Whoa.
And this was during the 2010 Vancouver Games.
Wow.
Apparently, COVID took its toll on soccer broadcasters getting B-roll footage during soccer games.
Oh, no.
According to thetakeout.com, some of the European football associations had to find an answer to finding B-roll during their soccer matches.
So what did they do?
Well, it was cheese to the rescue.
Yay, cheese.
Sports journalist Timothy Burke had to get creative.
Wow.
Apparently, the pre-match broadcast rundown calls for exactly 90 seconds of what they call melt shots of the crowd.
Melt.
Since Austria went into lockdown, they had no fans.
Aw.
So their melt is highlights of the staffers eating cheese sandwiches.
Way to go, cheese.
Did you know that there are some soccer teams named after cheese?
Wow.
According to LATimes.com, back in 2006, some boys at the Newport Beach boys soccer team had decided to give themselves their own mascot.
Whoa.
They settled on the nickname Blue Cheese.
Aw.
In the article, Blue Cheese coach George Logan says that cheese is a motivational factor. If the kids are ever really tired or sad, they say they bring out the cheese and one whiff gets them going.
Aw.
And in order to inspire his team, he gives out what he called the Cheese Whiz Award to the best player of the game.
Nice.
And in March of 2022, according to ForeverCheese.com, Queensboro Football Club in Long Island City, New York, announced their official partnership with Forever Cheese.
Whoa.
Forever Cheese is an importer of cheese and specialty foods.
Yum.
And it says here their products range from artisan cheese, nuts, jam, chocolate, crackers, and more. And they source that directly from partners in Italy,
Whoa.
Spain, Portugal, and Croatia.
Wow.
And now they've got their very own football club.
Nice.
And where better to own a football club named after cheese, but in Cheddar, England.
Nice.
This football club goes all the way back to 1892.
Holy cow.
They have a website called cheddarcheeseman.co.uk.
Whoa.
There you can find out about the club, the different teams that they have, their sponsors, and when you can go see a game.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
Okay, here goes. Why did the cheese start playing soccer?
I don't know why.
Because it wanted a greater adventure.
Oh.
Get it?
Yeah.
Greater adventure?
I get it. It was silly.
Yep, it sure was silly and a little bit cheesy. Our updated website is live.
Oh, yeah, right.
All you have to do is go to www.justcheesy.com. That's www.justcheesy.com.
Easy, everybody.